Hi everyone, it's Erie. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm actually going to be reviewing Adventures of Shuggy. I didn't originally plan to have this be part of the series, but I think it's nice to cap off a game, finishing a game with a review. So that's what we're going to do. Today we're going to go through the pros and cons of the game, and I'll tell you where it could have improved, what it did well, and just general things about the game to consider if you are maybe thinking about buying it. I've already written a review over on the store page, and I'll just kind of skim. I'll kind of go back through what I wrote about it. The pros of this game are that there are varied mechanics. The game does a really good job of introducing interesting mechanics, and it really freshens up the gameplay throughout the story and through the levels. It has a very interesting art style. It's fairly unique, even though it's not super, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not super high fidelity. Like, the graphics aren't completely insane, but the art style is nice. It does a good job at having a unique art style for a platformer. The story is what I would describe as cute, because it's very lighthearted and it's very short. There's not very much story in the game, but what is there is somewhat enjoyable, if not very engaging. Now onto the cons. The platforming in the game is really an unfortunate mess. I don't like saying that. I feel bad because I think the developers could have done better. I'm not sure why they designed the platforming the way they did, but it ends up being a really frustrating mix of unpredictability. And the reason why the platforming is unpredictable is because, well, when you move your character accelerates when they move. So when you try to go and just move, you'll be moving really slow at first, and all of a sudden you'll shoot across the screen. And it took me a long time. I'm not even sure if I really got that used to it by the end of the levels. But it's similar to mouse acceleration in that your character starts off slow. Mouse acceleration is a bit different because it changes based on speed of movement, but you can't control that with your character in Shuggy. You just press a button on the keyboard and then it accelerates as you move. This makes it really hard to precision platform because until you kind of get used to it, because you can't predict how much the character is going to accelerate. And then the other aspect, or rather B, is that the platforming is really slippery. The platforms themselves don't seem to have any grip, if you will. Whenever you land on a platform and you have momentum going over it, you slide. I've slid off the edge of platforms many times in this game and died as a result. I'd like to point out that I played this game on keyboard, and playing it on controller might have been better, might have eliminated some of these issues. But one problem that I don't think could be eliminated by using a controller, is the hitboxes. The hitboxes and hit detection are very inconsistent. The hitbox on the character is not very accurately modeled to the character. There were quite a few times where I clipped through stuff and didn't die, or didn't hit anything at all and did die. The hitboxes, and as a result the hit detection, suffer because they're inaccurate. And that, combined with the platforming, the controls and the way the character moves, and the slippery platforms, makes for a really frustrating experience sometimes. The music in the game, oh my god, the music in this game. You'll be playing and listening to one song per section. So if you're in Boiler Room, you have Boiler Room music. And there's so many levels in each section. You hear the same music forever, it feels like. And eventually, it'll just drive you insane. The music will drive you completely nuts. It's and then if you're playing and you're listening to the music and stuff, and you're dying over and over again, oh my god, it will drive you absolutely mad. So that's pretty much it. In conclusion, I would say that this is a pretty good game if you can get past its shortcomings, But I think for a lot of people, the shortcomings that are there are so key for like a platformer to not get wrong. Like the shortcomings it has are kind of extremely detrimental. Like you can't mess up platforming in a platformer. So for those reasons, it's pretty hard for me to recommend this game to anyone, which is why I have it on not recommended on my Steam review. But you know, in the off chance that you're someone who can see past those shortcomings, I'd encourage you to buy the game. This is a small developer, and they put good effort into this, you know, little cute short experience. And I got this game for free from them. They were just giving it away at some point, so that's really cool of them. And I think that you should check it out if you can see past the poor platforming and other issues. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you around.